throughout our news on Asia. Now we move on to Bangladesh. The Special Tribunal of Bangladesh sentences ousted Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina to death, concluding a months-long trial that has found her guilty of ordering a deadly crackdown on a student-led uprising last year. Bangladesh's Special Tribunal also sentences former Home Minister Asaduzzahman Khan Kamal to death for crimes against humanity. Adding on to the verdict, the court says the former police chief Chaudhry Abdullah Al-Maimun is being awarded leniency for his contribution to the trial, including material evidence to the tribunal to arrive at the correct decision. Now for this discussion, we welcome Prashanta Kumar Shil. He's a political commentator, joins us live from Dhaka. Thank you very much, Mr. Prashanta, for joining us again. Good to see you. Mr. Prashanta, can you tell us what more is your reaction and what are people of Bangladesh's reaction towards Sheikh Hasina's reaction on her death sentence? And who is the other person who's been sentenced to that Mr. Home Minister, Asaduzzahman Khan Kamal? Who is he and what did he do?
Okay, you know that especially we see that from today, very auspicious day from today, especially we are waiting 3 hours more, just waiting what is happening from our International Criminal Court of Justice. You know that, and we see that after 3 hours later, we know that the actual finding is coming about the allegation of the and already from Sheikh Hasina's from verdict of the from International Court of Criminal Justice, and you know that they haven't mentioned 5 charges from allegation from former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and also Asaduzzahman Khan. He's a former Home Minister from Bangladesh, and also the very interesting part of the point of view, this is a former IGP in police from Mr. Mamu. So just talk about the Sheikh Hasina and Mr. Asaduzzahman Khan is now not here in Bangladesh. They're stay in India from source. So you know that Mr. Mamun, we see that the last couple of months ago, he is the main verdict from this from the church from that. But interestingly, we see that after 2-3 months ago, we see that he's converted. He's as a verdict as to state witness, the main state witness. Very interesting, and the supporter of Amli actually basically hit down from the issues. And you see that the this jurisdiction also see that Sheikh Hasina and Mr. Asaduzzahman Khan, they are already death penalty, but Mr. Mamun only 5 years prisons. So this is very interesting for the supporter of Amli. The thing that it's prescribed and it's self-motivated, pre-motivated jurisdictions already that. And the Amli supporter mentioned it's a kangaroo court. So all the especially judges, jurisdiction, procedure, advocate, and everything, all are the pre-planned, and they are all are the politically biased. They gave in political advantage for these issues, and people, especially, you can talk about the neutral way. What is happening for that? Especially you can talk about the Sheikh Hasina's and her judgment, especially her age consideration, her tenure, and also you know that she's a female one, and his gender issues and age and everything. Is it clear to maintain the international standard and international court from justice and humanitarian ground? Is it maintained? So there's lots of questions coming beside of ground relative versus hard relative. But very interesting, you know that. But if you talk about from the government side, you have been from that you have been from some allegations, and you haven't just to make an justice, but you have to make it ensure how you can credible and how we can accuracy maintain your for jurisdiction, because it's a very main question. and the Awami League people and Awami League supporter have make questions.
Yes,
It's not
Mr.
a very
Yes.
fair way. So how you
Yes.
can make to space answer the policy given others? It's a jurisdiction.
Yes.
So this is a very good questions for and very very fundamental one. And also we see
Yes.
that
Mr. Prashant,
especially
please stay with
Mr.
us.
Mahmood.
We stay on this topic now, so please stay with us. Thank you for sharing that. Now we carry on with this news. Bangladesh's former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has publicly responded to sentencing. She had stated that while the government lost control of the situation, she could not describe the events as a premeditated assault on citizens. The ex-Prime Minister further expressed that she was not afraid to face her accusers in the proper tribunal where evidence could be fairly examined. However, Hasina has criticized the judicial process, claiming she was not given a fair chance to defend herself in court. She went on to describe the verdicts against her as politically motivated and biased, accusing the tribunal of being rigged. According to Hasina, the tribunal was established and presided over by an unelected government without a democratic mandate, casting doubt on its legitimacy. Now we welcome back Mr. Prashant Kumar Shil. He's a political commentator, joins us live from Dhaka. Thank you very much, Mr. Prashant, for staying with us. As you were mentioning about how important this ongoing verdict is and the changes that it should be made in Bangladesh to bring this about, this change that's needed, how might Sheikh Hasina's claims of politically motivated and illegitimate tribunal influence domestic perception of this justice? Are people supportive or understanding of her claims? What is your take?
Yeah, you know that Sheikh Hasina, you can think that is only the party chief, not like that. I already mentioned she's a former prime minister, and she has another attachment, 15 years ruling from, and another attachment is here. He is a daughter of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. He's a father of nation. So there's lots of attachment and fan base. In Awami League, you know that the fan base party from Bangladesh in politics. And also very interesting to see that from these jurisdictions, from two jurisdictions, and what ICT criminal court give very emphasizely. And very interesting, there is no appeal. You have not to go to an appellate division from these jurisdictions. Very interesting, because there is no ground reality in our law. There is no appellate from this ground. If the victim or the accused are not in meeting physically, so there's a way. And another challenge for, I think, my observation from, especially you can give a very jurisdiction procedure in Bangladesh by court, but is it possible to execute Sheikh Hasina's death penalty? So this is a very major question. So it's not only it's take to, you can just written your document and just give in a statement for everything. But is it possible to Sheikh Hasina death penalty? You can just execute. This is a very one kind of questions. And another part of you view that Sheikh Hasina is a fan-based lady, and he has a very good political supporter for that. And I see my observations, there's some comeback issues from the Awami League. You know that after the 5th August, there's some last 1 year, we have no activities from the Awami League. But we see that last 2 or 3 months, we see that there's some comeback positions from the Awami League. So that's why the Awami League can be rebate again. So that kind of jurisdiction, that kind of scenario, I think is a very good advantage for the Awami League supporter. They can give the full dividend for that. So it's my observation. And also, I think the talk about the law, order and situations, I think the next time is very unrest situation in Bangladesh politics, because there's already the political party are divided into the referendum issues. You know that the political parties are already divided into the July charters, and now they are the main motto the next election. So I think it's a little bit tough for the Bangladesh politics from this Sheikh Hasina's jurisdiction also, and totally the hospitals and very law and order situation is very turbulent. So this is my observation. I think it's not a take the people. It's a very simple way. People think it's a very strategic and very pre-described way. And also the Amlik supporter who are the support Amlik, they have been mentioned already several times. It's a pre-planned justice, not to give a standard demand. So this is not a very good signal from the Bangladeshi politics. And also you see that today what is happening in Dhanmondi 32 number house. You know that the Dhanmondi 32 number house is a very soft corner of the Awami League, and is a Sheikh Hasina's house. And now we see that the bulldozer came and that's just destroy the want to destroy the Sheikh Hasina's the rest part of the house. So this is very not a good practice. If you are in just in vital positions and everything, just come to bulldozer and just destroy your house. It's not good practice for Bangladesh politics. I think there's some unrest situation is rising, and the politically some divided rules are in years, and this jurisdiction is not a very full benefit for the country. It's a very clash and anti-clash situation for the next decades.
Indeed.
So we have to see how the present government from control these issues very hardly.
Yes, hopefully. Thank you. With that, I would like to thank Mr. Prashanta Kumar Shil for joining us today as a political commentator from Dhaka. Thank you very much. Now we stay on this topic. We now bring you a part of the verdict that was read out during the sentencing of the ex-Bangladeshi Prime Minister. Let's listen in.
The learned prosecutor dubbed the ruling party Awami League as fascist ab initio. From the very inception of independent Bangladesh, the Awami League government concentrated to perpetuate its power by way of exploitation, torture, killing, abduction, denial of democracy and fundamental rights of the people, freedom of press and speech, as well as social justice, and thereupon established dictatorship by forming Bakshal. The then Awami League government, led by Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, planned in connivance with a neighboring country to weaken and abolish our glorious army, and thus formed Rakhi Bahini, an armed organized parallel to the army.
Now we move on to Europe. Polish Prime Minister